So the Red Bull rumour mill has really gone into overdrive in this off-season. Seen a lot of stories about Yuki Tsunoda, about Franco Colapinto, about Liam Lawson, all being in the frame in one way or another to replace Sergio Perez for the 2025 season. And I actually saw something very interesting this morning from a rather reputable source when it comes to F1, one of the big broadcasters from Europe. I will get into that at the end of the video and give my thoughts on that, but let's dive into this article first of all, guys. Full article on the F1Chronicle.com going over why Yuki Tsunoda is just one of many Red Bull talents, apparently, according to Dr. Helmut Marko. Yuki Tsunoda is just one of many talents among the Red Bull program, Dr. Helmut Marko has warned. Appearing at a Honda event in Tokyo, the Japanese driver rated his chances of being promoted to replace Sergio Perez at the senior team next year at 50-50. Of course, I would be happier if I could drive for Red Bull, said Tsunoda, but I'm incredibly grateful for all the support I'm getting in this situation. Indeed, Honda officials confirmed in the last few days that the 24-year-old tested in the title-winning 2024 Red Bull in Abu Dhabi, and that was at their behest. During the post-season test, Yuki Tsunoda was allowed to take to the track in the RB20, and the team was happy with his technical feedback, team advisor Marko wrote in his latest column for Speed Week. In this respect, he is far better than people give him credit for, but he is one of many talents, I should say, that we have in our ranks. We are also very positioned in the junior classes, said the 81-year-old Austrian. If Perez is shuffled out of Red Bull Racing, Lawson or Tsunoda would be promoted, and the Red Bull-backed Formula 2 frontrunner Isaac Hadjar is the favourite to fill the gap at the Racing Bulls for 2025. It is gratifying that after a long period in which there have been hardly any changes, the several promising rookies can now show what they're capable of, said Marko. Next year we will have Gabriel Bortoleto in the field, who won Formula 2, and Oliver Behrman and Kimi Antonelli are also moving up, and if we were to field a junior at Red Bull Racing Bulls, then that would be 4 newcomers in the field, so you could speak of a generational change. I'd even throw Liam Lawson into that personally as well, because although he has competed in 2 different Formula 1 seasons and for about 10 races, something like that, maybe a little more, he's not had a full season in F1, so this would be his first full season in 25, so I'd count him as a bit of a rookie in a sense as well, personally. But as for whether Tsunoda will spend a 5th year at Red Bull's junior team in F1, to be renamed Racing Bulls for 25, so that's been confirmed now, fair enough, or be promoted, the Japanese driver admitted, I don't know what will happen, but regardless of which team I'm with, what I have to do is still the same. It's not just about Red Bull, because for all we know, RB could outperform them in development. They won't. I'm sorry, but come on, that's never happened. The only time when that's close to actually happening was back in 2015. And that's coming up to 10 years now, so no chance. It's not like that has to be Red Bull necessarily. I just want to perform well and score points. Getting on the podium at Suzuka would be the ultimate dream, Tsunoda explained. But to achieve that, I want to help build a better car and a better team one day. Until that time comes, I hope everyone can be patient, he said. I'm at least very grateful for this situation where everybody is pushing for me to be promoted, but what I have to do is the same no matter what team I am on. So, right, interesting stuff there, guys. I mean, and we've talked about it a lot here, and I think a lot of you guys are thinking in a similar vein to me when it comes to Tsunoda, that he is very quick, maybe not quite as consistent, but maybe in some senses a safer option than Lawson, because he's had more experience in F1. He's been there for 4 years. Lawson, even if you aggregate his races altogether, you're talking about half a season, less than half a season. So, and there have been times when he has shown some little mistakes. He wasn't amazing in Mexico, for example. Qatar was not a great one either. The car was not great too, but you know what I mean. You know, if you're going to be wanting to challenge Max Verstappen next year, you're going to have to be really outshining your teammate, because Verstappen destroys his teammates for the most part. I'd love to see Yuki in a bigger team. Personally, for me, I think the more likely option, because Red Bull have pretty much said that he's not going to get into that top drive. They've made it very clear. Helmut Marko has pretty much said that on a number of occasions this year and in the past as well. So personally, I would say that his best option is to go elsewhere. Where would he go? Well, for me, a likely option would be Aston Martin, given the fact that they're getting Honda engines for 2026. Yuki has the Honda connections. Of course, he's Japanese as well, so I think it makes sense. I would love to see Tsunoda in a Aston Martin in 2026, partnering Fernando Alonso. But would Lawrence Stroll get rid of his son? Maybe. I mean, he is a guy who's very successful in business, but he also has that connection to his son. And to effectively sack your own son, I'm not sure I could do it to mine when he gets older, for example. Not that I want to sack him, but hey, maybe he wants to take over the F1 Chronicle from one day. He's got 13 years or so to be 18, so he can challenge me for that. But in all seriousness, I don't know if that's something he'd do. But it's not just Lawrence Stroll making the decisions, you know, it's also a board of people there, Adrian Newey being one of them as well. So I could see that. I mean, Tsunoda absolutely deserves a chance in a midfield car. He has proven that he's very good in that situation, and that opens up a lot of opportunities. I think Aston is the more likely one, but we'll have to see, guys. What do you think? Do you think Tsunoda is ready to step up to the Red Bull senior team? If he doesn't go there, should he stick it out at Racing Bulls? No driver is driven for that team for 5 seasons before. 4 is the longest, I believe. It might even be a record in terms of races, because obviously seasons are longer than what they used to be. You know, he's approaching 100 Grand Prix as Yuki, which just doesn't seem right, does it? But he is. That's how long the seasons are now. But yeah, let us know your thoughts in the comments below, and of course we'll see you soon for some more content, some more breaking news here on the F1Chronicle.com. As always, guys, like, share, comment, subscribe, ring the bell as well, and have a good one, guys. See you soon.